Hi children, how are you all? Are you all fine? Yes, I hope you all are fine and well. Okay, so let's come on our topic subject English from our main course book and chapter number 7. It is a poem about the raven and the fox. So let's learn about this poem 7 number The Raven and the Fox from our main course book. So, before we discuss about this poem, I would like to tell you this poem is written by Jean D. de Fontaine, the poet of this poem. He has prepared this nice poem. So, here the title suggesting the raven and the fox. So, that raven is there, that is a crow, and fox, that fox is one that animal. Fox is called clever animal. Okay, so before we see the story, I would like to tell you story related to this poem. So you all know that in earlier time, one boy was there. One boy was there. He was eating a piece of bread. He was sitting on his terrace and he was eating a piece of bread. Suddenly, a crow came and that crow taken his that piece of bread from the dish of that small boy. So the boy was crying because the crow had taken his that small piece of bread. Then the crow flew away from the terrace in the forest. The crow flew away in the forest and the crow sat on one huge tree, on the branch of a huge tree that crow sat. The crow was just going to eat that piece of bread which he had taken from that boy. At that time, suddenly one hungry fox came from the forest in search of food. The fox was hungry. The fox was so much hungry. Fox did not eat any food. So the fox was so much hungry. So fox was searching food and the fox saw that the crow was sitting on a huge tree, one branch of huge tree. There was one crow, and crow was sitting, and in the back of that crow, one piece of bread was there. So, to see that piece of bread, the mouth of that fox was watered. The fox was hungry and the fox saw that the piece of bread in the beak of that crow. So the fox mouth watered and the fox in his mind said to himself that anyhow I will take that piece of bread from the crow. Fox decided because fox was very clever animal. Fox decided that anyhow I will take that piece of bread from the beak of that crow and I will only eat that piece of bread. So the fox went near the tree where that fox went near the tree where the crow was sitting on the tree. Under that tree, that fox went and sit under the tree. Fox went near the tree where the crow was sitting on the branch. Under the branch of that crow was sitting, under that branch, fox sit down and he started praising the fox, that crow. That fox started praising the crow. Because why? Fox wanted the piece of bread. So the fox from the downside under the tree sitting and saying to the crow that your feathers are very beautiful. The unnecessary fox was praising the crow and saying, your feathers are very beautiful, your color is nice, you are looking a king of all birds. No other birds are in your comparison because you are looking very smart, you are the smartest of all birds. You are the king of all birds, and your that color is also nice, and you look very beautiful in your color. At last, fox said, your voice also nice. You can sing better than all birds. Your voice is very nice, and your song is also nice. You can sing better than all birds. Your voice is very sweet. Your voice is sweetest of all birds. Fox said, your voice is sweetest of all birds. And Fox said, if I'll get chance to listen your voice, then it will be very nice. I want to listen your song. So because of this flattery, wrong kind of praise, Crow was foolish. He did not understand that Fox's wrong praise and immediately he started singing. Means that Fox opened its back and whenever at a time he opened its back, the piece of bread which was in his back fell down under the tree and that immediately that fox did not do any mistake and immediately taken that piece of bread in his mouth and run away immediately in the forest. So this way, because of wrong praise, that fox took that piece of bread from the crow. So how clever that fox is that? That same to same that indication is given here in this poem. The same things are given in this poem. Mr. Raven, here the crow, for the crow, word is used Mr. Raven. Mr. Raven was perched upon a limb. So on one branch, the crow was sitting. And Renia, the fox, looked at the time. Fox was hungry and it was looking for a food. Then, for the raven held in great big that piece of bread, as I told you in the story, piece of bread which was held by that crow in his back, and he was sitting on a tall that tree, on one branch of tall tree. Fox that crow was sitting. Said the fox in admiring tones. Admiring tones means to praise someone. Admiring tone means to praise someone. Here, the fox is praising that crow. Why praising? Because the fox wanted that piece of bread from the crow. That's why wrongly it was admiring that crow. Sir Raven, you are a handsome bird. See that which kind of birds using for that crow. Fox was using handsome bird. As I told you in story that how that fox under the tree praising the crow to get the piece of bread from its back. So such feathers Fox saying, your feathers are wonderful, beautiful. Your outlook is also beautiful. If you would only sing, then it will be very nice for you. Fox is saying, if you will sing, you are this much handsome, looking handsome, your feathers are attractive, and just you will sing, and it will be very nice. You will be the king of all birds. The raven did not understand that crow, raven, he did not understand the wrong praise of that fox. Fox was praising that crow, but that crow did not understand the wrong praise of fox. He did not see the joke. It looked like a joke for him. Forget that voice was just a crow. That crow forget his voice was just like a crow. That anyone did not like that crow voice. That crow forget that his voice is not nice and no one liked his voice. He opened this thing, he forget, and immediately he opened its back. And whenever at a time when the crow opened its back, that piece of bread immediately fall on the ground. And well, the fox was waiting for that piece of bread only. Whenever the fox saw that piece of bread fall on the ground, immediately that fox taken that piece of bread and run away in the forest. And down fell the morsel fox had spied. It's immediately taken and run away from that place. Ha ha, said the fox. Fox is now laughing because he made foolish of that crow. And now you see that you should not listen to flattery. In short, from this poem we are getting message that we should not listen our wrong flattery. We have to do work according to we know ourselves better. Because another person, he or she can't know us, he or she can't judge us, but we know us properly better than other all. So vanity, sir, is a horrid voice. Vanity is a state with too much praise, and flattery is a one kind of praise. A personal wrong praise was that done by the fox to get the piece of bread from the beak of the crow. So how that fox praised very wrongly praised to that crow, and how that crow lost its that piece of bread which he took from that boy. Now you can see that. Ha, said fox, now you see, you should not listen to the flattery. Means, if anyone come and praise us wrongly, then definitely that person praising to us for his or her own purpose only. Because he or she wants something from us, then only he or she can praise us. So here you can see that how that crow is wrongly praised by the fox and lost its that piece of bread. You can see the raven here. The raven is given. The crow is given as the raven. He was wrongly praised by the fox. Fox praised him very wrongly and badly. That that fox is piece of bread in the back of crow, that time only that fox decided that anyhow I will take that piece of bread from the mouth of that crow. Means what? Back of the crow. And students, you know how that fox wrongly praised that crow and caught that piece of bread from the mouth of crow. So you learn here message that anyone come to us and wrongly praising us more than our achievement, someone praising to us. So you have to understand he or she needs help from us, or he or she want to take something from us. That's why they are praising to us, wrongly praising. How that in this poem you see that fox, how that wrongly praised that crow, how that fox wrongly praised that crow and got that piece of bread. So it is nice poem written by that Jean D. Red Fountain, and many messages given from this story that we should save ourselves from a wrong flattery. We should save ourselves from a wrong flattery. Someone wrongly praises us, we have to be careful and safe. Otherwise, our condition will happen like that raven. At last, that raven lost its piece of bread. So that way, condition happen us. So we should have to take care of ourselves and protect us from the wrong flattery. Okay. Thank you, children. I hope you understand this poem